Let me ask you something strange. Why do the smoothest riders on the road look slow? And why do the riders who look fast often seem tense, rushed, and unstable? It's not about engine size, it's not about bravery, and it's definitely not about age. I'm Matthew from Autozium, and today we're breaking down why good riders look slow and bad riders look fast. And if you've ever felt like other riders look more impressive than you, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to see speed very differently. But first, I want you to picture something. You're at a red light. Two riders pull up. One rider is revving the engine, blipping the throttle, adjusting position, looking around quickly, tapping the brakes, slight head movements, small corrections. The other rider is still, hands steady, no extra revs, eyes calm, bike balanced, no sudden movements. The light turns green. The first rider launches hard, loud, quick, aggressive. The second rider rolls away smoothly, no drama. Now here's the question. Which one looks faster? Most people would say the first rider. But here's the twist. If you follow them for the next 5 miles, something interesting happens. And this is where most beginners get confused, because speed isn't what it looks like. Let's break this down step by step. Bad riders look fast because they move a lot. Quick throttle, sudden braking, sharp steering inputs, constant lane changes, head turning fast, body shifting mid-corner. There's always motion. It looks aggressive, it looks bold, it looks exciting. But here's the truth, it's usually reactive. They're adjusting late, braking late, entering corners too hot, correcting mid-turn, changing lanes because they didn't plan ahead. That extra movement makes it look fast, but it's actually instability. And instability creates noise. Noise in the bike, noise in the body, noise in the ride. Now here's the part that confuses beginners. Good riders don't move much. Their throttle is smooth. Their braking starts early. Their body stays relaxed. Their line through corners is clean. Their lane position barely changes because they planned ahead, and planning ahead removes the need for sudden movement. Let's go deeper. When a rider enters a corner too fast, they have to brake hard, lean suddenly, adjust mid-turn, maybe widen their line, maybe tense up. From the outside, that looks dramatic. But a skilled rider slows before the corner, sets the line early, looks through the turn, rolls on the throttle smoothly. From the outside, it looks calm, almost slow. But calm is not slow. Calm is controlled, and control reduces visible effort. Now, here's something most people don't realize. Speed feels dramatic. Control feels quiet. That's why inexperienced riders often chase the look of speed, because drama gets attention. Fast acceleration, hard braking, quick swerves, tight passes. It feels powerful. But experienced riders chase smoothness, because smoothness reduces risk. Let's pause here for a second. Why does this matter so much? Because if you judge your riding by how fast it looks, you'll start chasing the wrong signals. You'll brake later than you should. You'll accelerate harder than needed. You'll try to keep up instead of staying in control. And without realizing it, you'll start riding reactively. Now here's the loop most riders fall into. They see someone ride aggressively. They think that looks skilled. They try to copy the behavior. They feel tense. They make small mistakes. They correct suddenly, which makes them look even faster. But inside, they don't feel in control. That gap between how it looks and how it feels is important, because real skill feels steady. Let me tell you something that might surprise you. When professional instructors evaluate riders, they don't look for speed first. They look for smooth throttle control. They look for early braking. They look for relaxed arms. They look for clean lines. Why? Because smooth riding shows planning, and planning shows awareness. Now here's a question that might change how you see riding. What if the rider who looks slow is actually thinking 3 steps ahead, while the rider who looks fast is only reacting to what's right in front of them? Think about that. One rider sees the traffic light turning yellow and rolls off early. The other waits until the last second and brakes hard. From the outside, the second rider looks more dramatic, but the first rider is in control. One rider sees traffic building ahead and changes lane early. The other rider weaves between cars at the last minute. Again, drama versus planning. This is why good riders look slow. They remove the need for emergency movements, and emergency movements are what most people mistake for skill. Let's talk about corners again, because this is where the illusion is strongest. A rider who enters too fast must adjust body position mid-corner, correct steering, roll off throttle suddenly, possibly brake while leaned. That creates visible action. But a skilled rider adjusts speed before entry, looks through the corner, sets lean angle once, holds steady throttle. Minimal adjustments. From the outside, it almost looks easy. And that's the key. Real skill often looks easy because the hard work happened earlier. Now, here's something else most riders miss. Tension makes speed look bigger. If a rider is stiff in the arms, the bike will move underneath them more. Small bumps will create visible shake. Quick inputs will look exaggerated. A relaxed rider absorbs movement. So even at the same speed, the tense rider looks faster. But they're not. They're just less smooth. And smoothness hides speed. Let me give you a real example. I once rode with two riders on the same stretch of road. One rider accelerated hard out of every corner, braked late into every turn, made fast lane changes, closed gaps quickly, passed cars sharply. He looked quick. The other rider kept steady speed, braked early, maintained smooth throttle, chose clean lines, rarely changed lanes. At the next stop, we compared times. They arrived almost the same, but one rider looked wild. The other looked calm. Guess who was breathing harder? Guess who was gripping the bars tighter? Guess who needed more mental focus just to stay upright? The rider who looked fast. Because reactive riding is exhausting, planning reduces effort. And this is where things start to connect. If you ride smoothly, you don't need as many corrections. If you don't need corrections, you don't create drama. If you don't create drama, you don't look fast. You look controlled. Now, here's the part we haven't talked about yet, and this might surprise you. Sometimes riders chase the look of speed because they want validation. They want to feel capable. They want to feel advanced. They want to feel impressive. But real skill isn't loud. It's quiet. It's the rider who holds a steady line, the rider who never looks rushed, the rider who finishes the ride without mental fatigue. Let me ask you something honest. After your last ride, did you feel drained or steady? If you felt drained, there's a chance you were riding reactively. If you felt steady, there's a chance you were riding smoothly. Is it possible that the riders you think are slow are actually using less effort while staying just as quick? Is it possible that what looks impressive from the outside is actually less efficient? The answer is yes. And once you understand why, you'll stop judging riding skill by how dramatic it looks. Let's go deeper. Smooth riders manage speed before it becomes visible. That's the part most people never see. When you watch someone brake late and dive into a corner, you see the action, you see the aggression, you see the movement. But when someone rolls off early, adjusts speed gently, and sets up wide before the corner, there's no drama to watch. The work already happened. And this is the key difference. Bad riders manage problems. Good riders manage situations before they become problems. That single shift changes everything. Let's break it down with something simple. Imagine traffic ahead slows down. A reactive rider waits. They keep speed. They close the gap. Then they brake hard at the last second. From the outside, that looks fast. It looks bold. But it required a sudden correction. A smooth rider sees brake lights early, rolls off throttle gently, lets engine braking reduce speed, maybe touches the brake lightly. From the outside, it barely looks like anything happened. But that's control. Now here's the important part. When you reduce the need for corrections, you reduce visible movement. And when you reduce visible movement, you look slower. But you're not slower. You're earlier. That's the word most people miss. Smooth riders are early. Early with braking. Early with lane position. Early with corner setup. Early with hazard awareness. Reactive riders are late. And lateness creates drama. Let's talk about corners again, because this is where the illusion becomes very clear. A reactive rider enters at a speed they think is fine. Mid-corner, they realize it's too fast. They adjust. Maybe they stiffen up. Maybe they roll off throttle suddenly. The bike moves more. The rider moves more. It looks intense. A smooth rider decides speed before the corner, not inside it. They enter at a pace they know they can handle. They lean once. They hold steady throttle. The bike stays stable. No mid-corner panic. No sudden inputs. From the outside, it almost looks slow. But here's something important. Stability hides speed. When a bike is stable, it doesn't wobble, it doesn't shake, it doesn't make sudden shifts. That makes speed look smaller than it is. Instability exaggerates speed. Now let's talk about body language. This is something you can notice immediately. Watch a tense rider. Their elbows are locked. Their shoulders are raised. Their head moves quickly. Their body shifts sharply. Everything looks urgent. Now watch a smooth rider. Arms slightly bent, grip relaxed, head steady, body movement minimal. The difference is clear. And here's the truth. Relaxed riders have more control because tension reduces fine control. When you're tense, your throttle inputs are sharper, your braking is harsher, your steering is less precise. That creates more visible motion. More visible motion creates the illusion of speed. But illusion is not skill. Let me ask you something simple. Have you ever followed someone who looked aggressive and fast, but you noticed you didn't actually need to push to keep up? That's common, because drama doesn't equal distance. Sudden acceleration often leads to sudden braking. Quick lane changes often lead back to the same position. Hard corner exits often lead to early braking before the next turn. It looks fast in pieces, but the overall pace isn't much different. Now let's talk about effort. Reactive riding consumes more mental energy. You're constantly adjusting, constantly scanning urgently, constantly correcting small mistakes. That drains focus. Smooth riding spreads effort evenly. You're scanning calmly, planning early, making fewer sudden decisions. That saves energy, and saved energy increases consistency. Consistency increases control. Control increases safety. And here's something most people never connect. The rider who looks slow often has more attention available because they're not using it to fix mistakes. They're using it to observe. And observation is what allows them to stay ahead of traffic, ahead of hazards, ahead of changes. That's real speed, not movement speed. Decision speed. Now let's talk about ego for a moment. This part matters. Some riders feel pressure to look fast, especially in group rides. They don't want to be the slow one, so they accelerate harder, brake later, push corners more. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Experienced riders are not impressed by drama. They're impressed by smoothness. If you ride with advanced riders, watch carefully. They rarely rush. They don't snap the throttle. They don't dive aggressively into corners. They don't make sharp corrections. They flow. And flow looks simple. Now, here's a question that might change your riding immediately. What if your goal wasn't to look fast, but to remove unnecessary movement? Think about that. Every extra movement means something wasn't planned early enough. Every sharp input means something was delayed. Every hard brake means space wasn't managed. So instead of asking, how can I go faster? Ask, how can I reduce corrections? That question changes your focus. Let's make it practical. On your next ride, try this. Brake earlier than you normally would. Enter corners slightly slower than you think you need to. Roll on throttle gently, not aggressively. Hold your lane position steady instead of weaving. Notice what happens. The ride feels calmer. The bike feels stable. Your breathing slows down. And something interesting happens. You don't actually lose much time because smooth riding maintains momentum. Momentum is quiet speed. Now let's close the main loop. Good riders look slow because they remove drama. Bad riders look fast because they create it. One rides ahead of the moment. The other rides inside the moment. One makes fewer corrections. The other lives in corrections. And here's the resolution I want you to remember. If your riding feels smooth, steady, and controlled, you are doing it right. Even if it doesn't look dramatic. Even if someone passes you loudly. Even if you think you look too calm. Because calm is skill. Speed fades with age. Engines change. Bikes upgrade. But control stays. So don't chase visible speed. Chase fewer corrections. Chase earlier decisions. Chase smooth inputs. When you do that, something powerful happens. You stop trying to impress. You start riding well. And that's when riding becomes lighter, safer, and more enjoyable. Ride calm, ride smooth. And I'll see you in the next one.